All right, we are here with the head coach of the Carthage Bulldogs, Scott Surratt. Coach, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Kyle. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. Let's talk. I know first off, last year when we were talking about that 11th ring and what you would do with it if you got that 11th ring. You said we'll talk about that when it happens. So now that you got the 11th ring, what did you end up doing with that 11th one?
It's for the other 10. It's in the I got a little trophy case upstairs, and I'll wear it. I wore it on a ring ceremony, and I don't think I put it on since. And if I go to a banquet or something, I'll put one of the 11 on, but I don't. I use them as trophies, and so
I understand. I understand. Well, I know, and you don't want to talk too much about last season. Let's just go one more time. Visit last year, 16-0, back-to-back state championships. Just it didn't. I don't think it looked the same as it always does in Carthage last year. There were some tough times there, but you made it through and got that other state title. So one more time, coach, just take me back to last year and kind of your thoughts on last season.
yeah, we were so good on offense. I think we averaged around 52, 53 points a game. Don't hold me that. I know we set a school record with 820 something points, and we had some guys injured that whole time doing that, especially early. And but that was a very special group to set all those records with Jet and KJ, and Junior Henderson had a phenomenal offensive line. Tight end broke so many records. Jaden Jefferson, he's back, and then defensively we were injured. Quebec was injured a lot early, and he was just getting back. For Athens, and then we had a couple guys out there, and that was we didn't play very good, and I think we couldn't wait to get back to them, and if we both made it, but our defense was really, really, really good at the end, and that's we're greatly coached by Coach Preston and his group, and you wasn't going to score much on us, and I think in the playoffs we give up probably 40 something points, but most of those were trash points. You know, I know that Brock got 14 against her twos, and then I know uh, Sanger did too, and then Athens got 14. I think it was like 60-7 before, you know. So those guys played unbelievable, and they averaged four turnovers a game in the playoffs, which is crazy. And so they were hunting. It was a great year.
So, yeah, it was a fun year to watch too. And not only was the defense doing great, but the offense was humming like you said. But it was special teams too, right? You had a lot of return touchdowns that made it that way as well. So, we talk a lot about the offense and the defense, but how important is special teams and flipping the field position and getting some momentum that way?
Oh, it's special teams is especially early in games is early in year games is very, very important because you don't know how good your special teams is, because you can't work it live as much, and then all of a sudden you're sending a kickoff back there to a guy, and you said everybody cover, and you don't know how good your coverage unit is, and then same thing with everything. I mean, but we were so good. We never had that many returns before with JD Edwards and Jace Harris. Those guys were just electric and just sophomores, and they both had multiple touchdowns. Returning punts or kickoffs. But then you throw in Tylen Williams last year had a couple punt returns. I don't know how many we had. I want to say 5 to 7 punt returns, and then probably that many 4 or 5 kickoff returns. Probably 10 total touchdowns between those two units, and you know we'd never done that before, but it was pretty special. And then we got one, and we got a turnover with a block punt, and we're really not a big block punt team unless it's a really important game. We feel like we can get it because we sometimes we fear more hitting a punter than we do anything. If you're good offensively, we didn't feel like we need to create points, but we felt like they had a hole in their protection. West Orange, and then Thailand made a great play and blocked it, picked it up, scored. But yeah, special teams was phenomenal. For we were really good on kickoff. I mean, we were just really good. We don't believe in punting much. We call it an offensive play if we punt it 50 yards. It's like a 50-yard completion because we try to keep our offense on there. And I know we had a fourth and 20 on our own on 15 against Brock, and they're playing defense because we go for it all the time. And then I think Jet had a 54-yard punt and flipped the field. And so hopefully we can do those things again, because if you get back, we're going to go for it. And it's just who we are. And then we tell the defense, get ready to go, because these things always don't work out. But, they're planning to work out, but that's not what plans don't always come true or come together. So
Well, and it helps too, when you're getting those points off the special teams, because the offense could put up points, the defense is and what they're capable of. So when you get those special teams points, it's kind of like extra points you didn't expect going into it, and kind of just helps your whole team out there. So 31 game win streak, longest active win streak in 11 man for Carthage. You have done a three-peat before. It was kind of when you first started back in 2008 to 2010. There was a three-peat there. So I know that's the goal, obviously, this year. Like you mentioned, though, you lost a lot. KJ, Benny, Jet, Quebec, Carson Crawford lost a lot of that senior class. Just talk a little bit about that senior class that left last year, and the imprint that they left on this Carthage football team.
Oh, and those guys, they set a record for amount of wins in 4 years, and they had two losses in their whole. They could have really, really done something special. I mean, obviously they did something special, but we lost a game by 5 and a game by 3 in overtime, and that's the only time they've experienced losses. And one of them with Jet was really hurt against Kilgore with an ankle, and the other one we had, I'm not making excuses. We would never make excuses, because we still should have won the game. But we had 9 guys out, and the other one that started in the spring for us. And but it's next man up, and we should have won that one too. So, they asked me the other day, can you believe you won 11 championships? You'd asked me that, I don't know, a few years ago. I said, no, man, that's crazy. But now if we say we can't believe we hadn't won 14, and, because we had really shot at them. And but we stole some, Kyle. We stole probably 3. We say steal, but we overachieved and won 3 that maybe we didn't have the best team, but the best team always don't win it. It's just survive and advance on a few games, and so. But yeah, that senior group meant so much. Phenomenal young men, and I'm not just saying that. And some people just say that when they're not always that way. But man, that crew, I didn't know if we were mean enough. I knew the crew the year before was mean enough, and I knew Carson Crawford and Beck and those guys were mean enough, but I didn't know if we had enough of that in us. But yeah, we ended up being really mean when Tyler Williams leading that defense, and being him and Crawford and Beck being mean and tough. And then offensively, we just dial it up at any time. But the seniors are special people, and you got special leaders, led by Jet. You don't get better than that as a leader and as a coach on the field. And then he can pitch it to great players, obviously KJ or Benny, and then toss it out to Junior Henderson and these other guys I won't mention because they're all back. But yeah, so it was fun, man.
Well, let's talk about this season. Let's look forward now. You obviously you got to replace all those guys that you lost there. You got 5 coming back on offense, 6 starters returning on defense. You mentioned a couple of them: Jace Harris coming back, J.D. Edwards, Jaden Jeffries, and then your offensive line: Vernon Pittman and Caleb Smith. What do you obviously every year it's different, and you have to kind of reload every season, but when you look at this team right now in the summer as you're getting ready to start this season, what are your thoughts on the team right now, and what do you think y'all need to work on big time to get back to that state championship level?
Yeah, I thought first thought is we're a little bit behind. We like a lot of our candidates replacing our starters, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Quarterback Jacob Dixon. I mean, he's greatly talented. He can throw it from here to Dallas. And but what we do, and we don't wait on the quarterbacks, and we throw everything on them early, see what they can handle, and hopefully just keep growing our game plan. And most every quarterbacks have been able to do that. We've had a couple that we had to slow down a little bit for. Didn't mean they didn't win championships, because they did, but he's going to hopefully have a big year for us. And then we got a couple linemen. We got a lineman that had a knee surgery last year, possibly could have been a starter, and Caden Gordon, and he's back full speed. Had a good camp for us, but man, we got some electric guys you can throw it to. What we talked about, but Bryson Price is really electric. He called touchdown in the state championship game, and then of course Jaden Jeffers set all the records at tight end, and we got some new candidates at tailback. First of all, Jace Harris will get the ball a lot back there, and then JD Edwards will play some back there. Landers will play. Javon Landers will play some back there. So we got a lot of guys that we can put in there, very talented ball. When you do that, you got to take care of it, and that's tricky. Putting in all those guys' hands because they don't get that many carries, and then so they just got to take care of the ball. And we stay away from turnovers. But defensively, Caleb Smith up front is back, and then Andrew Kendall is back. And Ethan Portley at linebacker's back, and Trey Corner was our lockdown corner all year last year. He's back, and JD and Jace both played defense and had really good years for us there. So we've got a lot of guys back, and we're happy with some of the replacements. And right now we're trying to find some replacements from the seniors last year in competition and see how the scrimmage goes. But I think we're behind. But we don't have to. I think the stat that was thrown to me, and I'm not a big stat guy, but this was Larry Allen, or the voice of the Bulldogs, said that I think when we pulled our starters last year on an average, we were up 37 points a game. And, and I know we didn't play like 8 second halves or 9. I don't know what it was, but, that's pretty special. But we don't have to win all that. We just got to win by 1. And, and I'm getting old. If we win too many games by 1, I may not be in this seat very long. Can't, can't handle the pressure anymore, Kyle. Nah,
well,
that's what I'm here. We love it. I love it. So.
Well, and luckily last year you didn't have to stress out a lot of those, like you were talking about being up by all that. But you mentioned the pressure and you embrace it. And I think being a Carthage Bulldog, it comes with pressure, right? I mean, the standard is state championships, and that anything less than that is a disappointment to Carthage fans. So how do you, with these new guys that are coming up, obviously they've been in the program, but how do you get them ready for those Friday night lights and the pressure of kind of getting everybody's best shot every Friday night?
Yeah, and it's the same thing. I told them first day, I said, if you don't like pressure, you have to run school, and because it is pressure to be a Carthage Bulldog. I mean, we wouldn't have it any other way. And it's pressure to play well. It's pressure to defend our championship, whether that's win another one or just play well as far as we can and long as we can. And but yeah, I mean, it's just we don't talk about championships. We do not. You won't say, hey, that we're going to be in the last year. This is what we did. We don't talk about all that. We talk about what good we can get this football team, and hopefully that's good enough. And just work our tail off, and and our new mantra this year is next one, and that's not next championship. That's next rep, next play, next day, next game, and then hopefully all that will work into the next district championship, and then the next, whatever by district championship, and then hopefully at the end next state championship. That's it. But it's not a arrogant mantra. It's a next one. Let's focus a day, and and if we can do that and continue to get better, and then kind of stay healthy, then who knows? We think we can put a good product on the field. We don't know how great it's going to be yet, but I got great coaches, so we got a chance because I got great coaches.
I saw something before we came on for this interview today that Carthage is one of the few schools in Texas that has teamed up with Patrick Mahomes and the Gladiator logo, and you're gonna have that Gladiator logo now on the Carthage uniform. So first off, that's awesome, and congratulations on that. But how did that all come together, and what does that mean to have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL from this area and have his kind of logo on y'all's team?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. We was able to get coach against Patrick twice. Was 0-2. We missed a wide open 2-point conversion to beat him. They beat us 29-28, and then we were way up at White House, and when I'm saying way up, I think we were like 25 points and or 21 points, whatever it was. And then Patrick kind of took over, and we had a couple of turnovers, and that may have been one of the best football teams we've had. And but it's an honor to get to wear his stuff because he does everything. He does things right, and it's he was a pleasure to talk to after the game and before the game, whatever. And I talked to him at his Hall of Fame induction, Texas High School, and the first thing he said was, "How's Jet doing?" I said, "He's doing good." Of course, at that time, Jet had been offered by Tech. He knew that, and but anyway, yeah, man, a class act. He's a class act, does things right. So it's an honor to get to wear somebody like his and an East Texas legend. Before it's done, he may be the best quarterback ever in the NFL, and maybe not the most championships. That's going to be hard to get from Brady, but he's something now. He can make plays when there's nothing there. He's very special, but it is very special to get to wear the Patrick Mahomes brand, and Patrick, if we don't win, then we can't keep riding with that brand now.
I was about to say if this is the year
I
that you
just
don't
kidding.
you don't
We're all
win,
in, man. We're all in.
and it doesn't sound like those losses to Patrick sting you at all or anything. You've completely forgotten about him, Coach.
I can remember exactly the play calls, where he had a couple of picks when we were actually fish go up more than that. We had a pick and then it was wide open, and then the 2 point play it was wide open, and we just missed it. And preseason games, obviously, and but yeah, I can't remember hardly anything, but I don't remember. I don't forget football stuff, and
Yeah.
I may forget your name, and if you played for me 10 years ago, but I don't forget your number.
That's good. That's good. It's just like, what year did this kid wear this number? You got to
Right.
fix it there. Let's talk about your district. District 8-4A Division 2. This is gonna be a tough one, Coach. You got Center in there, Gilmer, Spring Hill, Pittsburgh, and Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove. Y'all have had some absolute battles these past couple of years with PG. Gilmer, obviously the history there, and Pittsburgh. You played the first round of the postseason last year. So, give me your thoughts on this district as a whole.
Well, first of all, you mentioned centers because they were. I guess you went alphabetical order, and Jack Alvarez, a great friend of mine, and he's a phenomenal coach. I mean, they're going to play hard, and they're going to act right. But I mean, he's going to get them going now, and then you got, I believe, Gilmer. Gilmer's, the same way. They know how to win. They've won championships. They're going to play hard. Coach Metzel's phenomenal person and great coach. And let's see, Spring Hill's going to be way better. They got a lot of guys back, and then Pittsburgh. Coach Huff got over there and did a phenomenal job last year. Took them to the playoffs, had a good record, and we played them in the first round. They played us pretty good the first half, and then Pleasant Grove. They got a great program, got a great new head coach coming in. He'll do a phenomenal job. So yeah, it's going to be a fun district. We're excited about it, and so we know we got to be ready to go every week. And there's going to be some pretty good team that doesn't go to the playoffs. We know that.
I don't know how often in your time that you've had a state championship rematch in non-district like you have this year with West Orange Stark and going down there to play them. So how did that all come about and what is it? I mean, obviously you're not looking back at last year. These are two different teams this year, but how cool is it to kind of go to their house now of a team that you played, just months ago in the state championship?
Well, I'll tell you how cool it is when after we play them, but it's going to be tough on those guys. They got almost everybody back. I think they got like 9 and 9 back. They get the great tailback back. He just hard tackle, and and they got all their defensive guys. Number 5 is as good a player as we'll face all year. Defensively, he's a real deal linebacker and big, and so it'll be all we can handle going down there, and we know that. And but we like playing those kind of games. I wish it was closer, but we did decide not to go meet halfway because then you don't play. You don't get your gates. You got to find a field. There's not many fields going that way besides Lufkin, and then they're going to play on a Friday night. So been to have to play a Saturday, or maybe one year that Lufkin was out of town. But we decided, hey, it's only a 2.5 hour. Let's go home and home. And unfortunately, we got to go down there this year. Fortunately, they had to come to us next year. But it's going to be a war. We know how good they are, and we lost a lot of guys, and but we're looking forward to the challenge. And I coached in Orange at Little Cypress, Mauricefield, and know all about playing West Orange back in the day, and that's over 30 years ago. And yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, Coach. Last thing I'll ask you, I'll let you get out of here. You've kind of mentioned it already, but what are the expectations? I mean, I know it's the state championship is the expectation, but what are you hoping to see from your team, maybe in non-district, to get ready for this district run and then the postseason run?
Just to get better and play unbelievably, we call it unbelievably uncommonly hard. Because if we do that, we'll have a chance. And we got to execute like crazy this year. We're not going to be able to pitch it to KJ and get us out of a bad deal, or we still can throw hopefully we can throw it around. I mean, we threw for 73% last year, so that's going to be tough. But if we can get in the 60% range, and then we can pitch it to Jace Harris, he's very special. We can pitch it to JD Edwards, are special. We can pitch it to special guys. It's just going to be tough. And our message is just get better, man. Next one, and just keep on going, keep grinding. It is a grind. We only got 9 games this year, and that ain't all terrible. When you coaches, we've been averaging, we've been playing 16 games or 15 games, and so that one open week, I know the coaches may be excited about it, but I want the players. We wanted to play 10, and we really want to coach 10, but we just couldn't find a 10th game, and that's okay. That's okay. We're going to play those 9 games hard as we can, see what happens.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Coach, and I have no doubt that I will find myself out in Carthage at some point this season to say hello to you and watch the boys. So thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us, Coach. Best of luck to the Bulldogs this season. Like I said, we'll see you down the road.
All right, Kyle. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thanks, Coach.